When the smartest mind has no gender, AI can challenge our deepest biases about intelligence and identity. AI reveals our bias by stripping intelligence from human identity markers like gender and appearance. We mistake physical presentation for intellectual merit when judging who deserves to be heard. LLMs may help democratize knowledge by evaluating ideas separate from the social status of their creators. He said, she said, intelligence has always worn a human mask. We don't just prize aptitude, we desire, if not demand, performance. It's that commanding voice, the Ivy League degree, or the face that signals genius. For centuries, we've filtered thought through gender, race, and status, crowning those who fit the cultural, political, or social script. But what happens when the sharpest mind in the room has no face, no body, no identity at all? This is the curious dynamic of large language models. They have no gender, no charisma, no history of their own, but they can mimic all of it. They don't posture or plead for authority in the traditional sense. They simply respond. And in doing so, they force a question we've long avoided. Have we ever really judged thought on its merit, or only through the body that carries it? This isn't about AI being neutral. Trained on our messy world, these systems inherit our flaws. Male-skewed logic, racial blind spots, and geopolitical bias are all built into the very structure of language. A study in 2020 found that models often default to male pronouns for roles like engineer. That clearly mirrors the world they're trained on. But the absence of identity in these systems is telling. When insight comes without a human mask, it can be almost raw and disarming. Not because it's better, but because it may deny us something essential. The cues we've always used to decide who gets to be called brilliant. The rigged game of genius. We treat intelligence as if it were objective. But more often, I believe it follows more of a social script. Yet emotional fluency, collaboration, and care often sit in the margins, despite their central role in fields like education, caregiving, and even leadership. A global analysis in 2018 showed girls outperform boys academically. Yet it seems that boys are still more often described as brilliant. Girls as hardworking, reliable, or perhaps even in a more supporting role. My sense is that the genius archetype remains stubbornly male. That pattern doesn't just reflect who speaks. It shapes who we listen to, who we credit, and who we remember. In tech, a 2016 GitHub study revealed that women's code is rated higher than men's, but only when anonymized. When names are attached, the bias creeps back in, and identity,